Hey, so today I've been testing out a cool new marketing tool, version 3.0 of Whatagraph. And for those of you who don't know, Whatagraph is a really nice way to make custom reports from all kinds of different data sources. For example, Google Ads, Facebook ads, LinkedIn ads, Google Search Console, or Google Analytics if you're into SEO, and a ton of other stuff. For this video, I am going to walk you through how I used Whatagraph 3.0 to create a summary and an exploration of the AI traffic that is coming to my personal website. Traffic sourced from ChatGPT and other large language models. And yeah, I'm going to walk you through step by step. So let's get started. All right, so here we are in the Whatagraph homepage. And as you can see, I've got a bit of recent activity here already because I've already been playing around with it. But to show you how it works, I'm going to walk through from scratch, creating this new report. So I'm going to go to create, and we're going to create a report with IQ. And IQ is Whatagraph's AI assistant that helps you put together reports and analyze them for different kinds of insights. So the first thing we need to do is select a data source. So I've already set this up. So I'm going to choose Samantha North GA4 for Google Analytics because I want to look at the AI traffic that's coming to my website. So let's give it a prompt. Okay, so we give it a simple prompt just like that, and that's all you really need, and it will do a lot with that basic sentence. So we click generate report and let's see what happens. So as you can see, it's generating that report and it's going into my Google Analytics and pulling out all the data to build my request. And as you'll see, lots of different widgets will pop up and it will give a nice overview of everything. Okay, so some interesting things here, just for a quick look. So it's telling me that this is the total sessions from AI search and total engaged sessions. Okay, so that could be higher. Then it's telling me all the different sources, basically all the AI search platforms that have sent me traffic. So actually this is really interesting because Blackbox.ai and Grok I haven't seen before, and I haven't really seen much anything from Koala before or Claude. So yeah, this is kind of intriguing. But as you can see, it's not a ton of traffic at the moment, but the engagement rates are pretty high, which is interesting. So people tend to be more engaged when the content originates from LLMs, and this data is really backing up that assumption. So let's take a quick look at the landing pages that it's landing on. So I've got marketing for coaches here, most profitable blog niches. Okay, and this is interesting because these two pages here, best AI automation agencies and best LLM performance tracking tools, are my most recent ones, and I created them in the last few weeks. My specific goal was actually to target AI search traffic because I know that best of lists are what performs the best in these models. So that's why I created them. And actually, these two articles are not showing up anywhere in Ahrefs in traditional search at the moment. So that is a really interesting finding, and it really reinforces to me that listicle formats are very powerful for AI search. So I will probably be creating more like that in the future. This is just what came from the IQ AI report building, but I can also add other tabs myself to give more depth to this report. So what am I going to add? I think I'm going to add engagement. Let's have a look at engagement. So this is the engagement rate of people reading my content and who originate from AI search sources. And as you can see, it's a pretty good engagement rate here, quite evenly split, but a few more on desktop compared to mobile. And interesting, a lot of them are coming from smart TV. Interesting. Okay, and a lot of these are ones that are already come up in Google search. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. Now let's figure out how we can add an extra widget to get more information into this report. Okay, give me the... Okay, so I can query the data like this, just in natural language, like you would with ChatGPT. And here it goes. It sends it right back. Yep, and it's given me the top 5 right there. So that is really useful. And this is definitely more user-friendly than Google Analytics, because if you're anything like me, GA4 is quite a nightmare and quite difficult to navigate. It's quite counterintuitive. So actually here we can also explore and change the tab. So this is the content engagement tab, but we can also change that. I think actually we need to go back to AI search traffic and we need to start that again here. Okay, there we go. Okay, again, it's answered my question perfectly. And ChatGPT sends the most, followed by Perplexity. Oh, that's probably that's both Perplexity and chatgpt.com not set. Not sure what that is, but followed by Koala, which is really interesting because as far as I know, Koala is like an AI writing tool. So Yeah, I must be in there somewhere, which is interesting. I'll probably be digging deeper into that. You can basically use this IQ chat just to interrogate your data in a natural language in an easy way without having to navigate through all these different metrics and dimensions like you do in Google Analytics. So what else can we do? Well, if you were presenting this report to a client, for example, then you might want to make it look a bit prettier. So let's just see how to do that. Custom branding colors. Okay, so Whatagraph give you a few different options here if you want it in black, which is quite cool actually. But yeah, you can also add your own custom colors. So let's see, report accent. Maybe I can change it to my brand color. So I'm going to just grab that from Canva because I don't know the hex code off by heart. Here it is. Grab that. Let's change the report accent. Let's try to enhance the theme with IQ. So let's just see if that does anything. Okay, yeah, this is nice. So let's save that. Close editing. So basically what it's done here is, it's added my brand colors at the top and here as accents. And yeah, I love this. And it's made the charts a lighter gray so they pop, which makes it more lively. So this is very nice. I could see myself happily presenting this to my client. And yeah, let's also add now a new widget. So there's a whole bunch of pre-made widgets here with so many different things that you can add. Not all of them are really relevant to what I'm doing. You can also create your own custom widgets from scratch, or you can use a text widget. So I'm going to do a text widget here. So we basically just drag and drop them in. I'm going to use the IQ to help me generate that. So what I would like to have in this report is a summary and recommendations. So I think that's pretty useful. And we're going to put that in the current report, in the entire report. Yeah. So that will be both of the tabs. And let's click generate. So what it will do now is basically write that widget for you and insert it into the report based on all the data that it has. All right, so here we go. Let's take a look. I'm going to close this down. And we have a little summary box right here. So move it over. Yeah, overall engagement is a healthy 51.37%. And it's showing that there's still a low engagement rate from the AI traffic that we have at the moment and zero conversions. The zero conversions is basically because I have not got any conversion tracking set up in Google Analytics. That's why it's doing that. So yeah, it's telling me what to do. Content audit, user behavior patterns, strategies to optimize to improve the zero conversion rate. Well, of course, it would help if I set up conversion tracking in Google Analytics, but that's just part of understanding your data in full. So yeah, so finally, what else can we do? Let's go into Insights. And in Insights, you get an automatic AI-generated summary of various important things, including the overall website health. Get all these different KPI scorecards, trends, all kinds of useful data here. More than I personally need right now, but really useful for agencies and if I was working with a client here. Looks at traffic acquisition and quality. So again, we've got my AI models here, top organic landing pages, and AI engine traffic, all with explanations on the side here. Content and engagement, we've got an analysis of those right here as well. So as you can see, it's got a lot of things covered, even scroll depth performance, which is pretty interesting actually. Something to dive into more. And finally, technical and conversion health. Okay, it spotted the zero conversions issue, but we know why that's happening. It looks for broken links, channel changes, and yeah, that's all generated through AI analysis of your data source. It can be a really big time saver if you're working with a lot of clients, if you're a freelancer or an agency. And if you're doing other kinds of work, there's a ton of different data sources here. If you're doing ads, for example, or social media that you can use. But yeah, that is how I would use it for analyzing my AI search performance. And I hope you found that useful. Please jump in the comments and let me know if you're analyzing AI search at the moment and if you think that this kind of tool would make your life easier. And of course, if you want to try out the new Whatagraph 3, then feel free to use my link, which I'll drop in the comments.